Think I can't do my job because I'm a woman. You won't believe what happens to them now. Years ago I used to work in a movie theater that served food. I was a waitress. A little bit of background: the women's bathroom is right next to Theater 13. The sign is right between the doors for the bathroom and the theater. We never have issues because people can tell which is which. Theater 12 and 13 are right next to each other. The sign for Theater 12 is right between the doors for 12 and 13. This sign does confuse people since it is hard to tell which door it is referencing. One night I was working and saw some customers walk up. I greeted them and asked them what theater they were looking for. They stated they were looking for Theater 13. I pointed them to the door for Theater 13. The customers started yelling at me saying I was lying, and they know because they have been here before and they know where the theaters are. I said something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had spent so much time here and knew where everything was." Clearly they knew my place of employment better than me. What was I thinking? I went off to the corner where my coworkers and I was doing paperwork and watched as they looked around very confused. They walked into Theater 12, then realized it was the wrong movie. They looked around for a few minutes more confused. They checked Theaters 1 and 2. My coworkers were talking and one of them is way less petty than me and started to feel bad for them. I told him not to help them. I didn't feel bad since he was rude and stated he could find it himself. After 5 minutes of wandering around, the three men walked into the women's bathroom. The women started screaming at them. I fell over laughing. My coworker couldn't take it anymore. He went over and pointed them to the same door I had earlier. This time the men were nice and thanked him. They went inside their theater. About 5 minutes later someone in Theater 13 hit the call light. This light is labeled Press for Service. I was the server assigned to that theater. I came in and saw it was the same group. They immediately got mad and asked why I was bothering them. I showed them their help light was on. I turned the light off. This is one of the strictest rules we had to follow. Get to lights and turn off light immediately while helping the customer. He got mad and turned it back on. He then told me that the light is what reclines the chair. I told him the chairs don't recline. He continues hitting the light, turning it on and off, trying to recline the chair. He started searching for other buttons when that didn't work. Then he got really dumb and stuck both his hands in between the seat cushions. Those seats were never cleaned and this restaurant was not very clean in general. I've had to search in those cushions for missing credit cards, then are so filthy. I saw the look of instant regret cover his face and he removed his hands, now sticky, and held them up. I could not resist, so I said, "Well, at least you know where the bathroom is," and I walked out. Yes, I know I was unprofessional. I was treated horribly at that job. They did some very illegal stuff. I was beat down and didn't care anymore. Thankfully I found a new job. The company filed bankruptcy a couple years ago and I was happy to see them close down.